being able to watch Chosen, it's really awesome to watch how Dallas Jenkins portrays the situations that are not written in Scripture. It's a blessing to be able to watch the everyday life of the disciples of Jesus himself and how that is portrayed. It's been a real blessing towards me.
The show that stood out to me the most was the show with the woman with the issue of blood, because I always consider myself an outcast. She was kicked out of the community, being around people because of the ailment that she had. People didn't understand what she was going through on a day-to-day basis, being outcast from society, and she didn't care about what everybody else thought. She understood what she needed. And you know, she was willing to do any and everything to get to Jesus. She didn't care about being stoned or being hurt by the crowd. She didn't care about what anybody thought about her. The only thing she cared about was getting what she needed from God. And you know, I took that into my heart, and it resonated with me real strong.
So the last episode of season 3 really impacted me the most, because as Peter was going through trials and tribulations, Jesus emphasized throughout the whole episode, it all depends on Peter. Peter needs to show up for this to go right. And it's funny because while Peter was actually going through his trials and tribulations, as I'm watching, I also was going through a very hard time with some parole things, and somebody brought it to my attention that these trials are just like Peter, that it's building your faith. You need to continue to pay attention to what you're watching, because I was going through almost the exact same thing, and it really resonated with me as I was going throughout the day, and I reflected on what I was watching.
But that one where they go and get married, that one's the one that, because that she's right there with him and she stumbles. That's probably the most impactful scene in that whole episode, actually, when they go and they get her and they come bring her back. That, because that's something me and everybody else in prison will relate to. They feel like they're too inadequate for anything, and they don't have that love, they don't have that hope, and that's something that's resonating with me and a lot of us, I know for a fact.